Yo, what's up, guys? The Miami Heat pull it off. Amazing. We're going to be going through, though, some picks on Underdog Fantasy. I'm going to take you through 3 player props for Tuesday, May 30th. So let's get into it. We obviously don't have the NBA. We also don't have the NHL, but good thing for us, there's a lot of inefficiencies in the WNBA. So the first player prop I found is with the Sportsbook screen. So you go to Sportsbook and then Sportsbook screen. And basically what this tool does is it kind of gives you a grid, layout of where all the books are setting the line. And as a sharp bettor, right, we want to use this sportsbook screen to find value, find discrepancies in the market. So if you look at, let's say Alyssa Thomas, Prize Picks and Underdog both have her line. So I'm looking at player points plus rebounds. You can look at any market you want, right? As a sharp bettor, you just want to find value. You don't care if you're betting on the NBA, WNBA, player points plus rebounds, who cares? You just want to find value. So for Alyssa Thomas, there's only 2 books posting odds. Prize Picks, Underdog. They both have her line at 26.5 points plus rebounds. There's no value in the market. But if you switch over to Cheyenne Parker, what you're going to notice is hey, Underdog Fantasy, they have her line at 22. Prize Picks is higher at 22.5, and Betano is even higher at 23.5. Right? So this is why you want to have multiple sportsbook accounts, is if we go to the WNBA, so we're looking at points plus rebounds, Parker's 22.5 on Prize Picks, right? So she's only 22 on Underdog. And Betano, a third data point, a sportsbook, has her line at 23.5. So Underdog Fantasy is too low, right? They're too low relative to every other data point. So we want to take the over. And then the second pick I went with, another really good one. This one's in the player points market. So typically I just look at all these and, try to find some value. So you're going to notice Alicia Gray, her line is 17.5, right? Her line is 17.5 on Underdog. Prize Picks has her line lower at 17. And then Betano, a sportsbook, has her line even lower at 16.5. Underdog Fantasy is too high. We want to take the under. So that's the second prop that I went with. So I'll just lock in this play and we can actually see if we can, find another good play on Underdog Fantasy. So you're going to see right here, right? 3 picks that I went with. We'll explain this last pick here in a second. But what I want to do first is if we go back to the sportsbook screen, we can check out WNBA player threes. That is a market I didn't check. So we can see, is there any value in the market here? Are there any discrepancies? No discrepancies, no value in the market. Nothing we want to bet, right? And I know it doesn't sound super glamorous, finding bets like this on Underdog. But I mean, this is how I've made all my money on Underdog Fantasy. Finding plays with a mathematical edge. I don't bet with my gut. 99% of sports bettors, they trust their gut. They trust their heart. And it doesn't work, right? That is not how you are going to make money sports betting. It is all about finding edges, finding value in the market. And I mean, I'm up, like 80 grand on Underdog Fantasy, all from just finding plays with a mathematical edge, right? No value in the market on WNBA player threes. We don't want to place a bet. But anyways, let's get into this last pick, Tony Gonsolin. So what you need to realize about Underdog Fantasy is if I just pull these 3 picks up right here, right? What you need to realize is they do not change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. Any 3 picks you select, you're getting a 6x payout. Right here, we're getting a 6x payout. We're betting 350. I ride with you guys on all these plays. I'm always showing you. I'm just putting my money where my mouth is. If I find value on Prize Picks, I'll give out plays on Prize Picks, right? Like I've explained this before, but I use a bunch of sports books. You never know which book is going to be slipping up, have value on a given day, right? I place bets on FanDuel, WinBet, whatever, Fliff, Underdog. The more sports books you have, the more profitable betting opportunities are available. In Underdog Fantasy, they also give you, an added benefit. If you only use Prize Picks, if you learn one thing from these videos, the easiest money you're going to make sports betting is taking advantage of these sign-up bonuses, right? Take advantage of promos. So you sign up for Underdog Fantasy. So I'll include this presentation. It kind of breaks down all the different fantasy sites and how many picks are optimal. But on Underdog, they give you a $100 deposit match when you first register. You put in $100, there's $200 total in your account. Easiest $100 you're ever going to make, right? So you definitely want to take advantage of sign-up bonuses. And also you want to take advantage of, you can see right here, where is it? So they also offer promos. They had Brown. They were running a promo on Jaylen Brown where they had his line brought all the way to 0.5 points. So you can see I was also able to take advantage of this profitable promo and cashed out $60. This pick pushed, but regardless, right? Easy, no-brainer promos. Jaylen Brown to score 1 point, that's a no-brainer. Right? Prize Picks runs promos as well. You're going to see in the NBA, right? They have Jokic over under half of a point. So the more books you have, the more easy money promos that you'll have to take advantage of. So I'll include this, kind of Google PowerPoint, whatever it's called, in the description. And any questions you have, as always, don't hesitate to reach out. But anyways, so the way that Underdog works, right, is pretty simple. Any 3 picks you select, you're getting a 6x payout. So I've broken it down before, but what this means is for 3 pick entries, right? So the way that these guys get you, Underdog Fantasy, so let me close out of these. So on Underdog Fantasy, any 3 picks, right, you're getting a 6x payout. It doesn't matter if we switch this to an MLB pick, whatever, right? Still getting that 6x payout. Unders, overs, you're always getting a 6x payout for 3 picks. So what you can do is essentially you can back out what percentage of my player props do I need to win on Underdog to be profitable? And it's roughly 55%, a little over 55.03 for 3 pick entries, right? So basically what this means is if you can win, let's say 57% of your picks, if you can win 57% of your over-unders, so as an example, Tatus Jr. over under 7.5 fantasy points, if you can get these correctly, these over-unders correctly, 57% of the time, only losing 43% of your picks, your ROI on Underdog is going to be pretty good, 11.1%. You're going to make money, right? If you can't win above 55% of your player props, so for example, winning 50% of your picks means you have no advantage. You picking over under is like you flipping a coin, heads versus tails, right? 50% heads, 50% tails. Tatus Jr., if you have no advantage, he's 50% to go over, 50% to go under, right? So long story short, you just want to find player props winning above, if you want to make money on this platform, you just want to find player props winning at least 55.03% of the time. And I'll include this spreadsheet in the description. Any questions you have about Underdog, about the math behind this platform, whatever, don't hesitate to reach out. Like literally, I'm here to help you make money sports betting. Any questions you have, my email's in the description. Don't hesitate to reach out. But what was I going to say? So why is this play? So you're going to see on the Fantasy Optimizer, right? Fantasy Optimizer. There's only one pick in the MLB. It's Tony Gonsolin under 4.5 strikeouts. Right? So some people would be like, oh, why can't I just bet this on Prize Picks? Prize Picks doesn't have his line at 4.5. They have his line lower at 4 because Prize Picks is being smarter than Underdog, right? They have his line at 4. Underdog has his line at 4.5, which is what I bet. So we got that extra half strikeout of value. So why is this play? So your next question may be like, okay, on Underdog, I get it. I have to win over 55% of my picks to make money. But how does the Fantasy Optimizer determine that Tony Gonsolin, his under, is 55.3% to win? And it all is based on sportsbook odds, right? So if you take a look right here on the positive EV tool, so this tool definitely has a lot of overlap with this Fantasy Optimizer. But what you're going to notice is like, whoa, all of the sportsbooks. Again, as short bettors, we treat every sportsbook as a data point on where should the line be set, right? So you're going to see Caesars has the under heavily favored at minus 152. DraftKings has the under heavily favored at minus 145. So the same way that sportsbooks, right? And no offense, you're not smarter than the sportsbooks. You don't have a better model than the sportsbooks. These books have invested literally hundreds of millions of dollars in their ability to set lines, right? Like their models are better than yours. So the market for the Nuggets Heat game, unsurprisingly, is telling you the Nuggets are big favorites to win game 1. They're a lot more likely to win game 1 than the Heat are, right? So it's the exact same thing here. right? Like all of the sports books are telling you, hey, Tony Gonsolin, he's a lot more likely to go under as opposed to over. And Underdog Fantasy is, again, this is a platform where they don't change your payout, right? Just look at this payout. This 6x payout, betting 1 to win 20, right? It doesn't change based on me selecting over versus under. So obviously for Tony Gonsolin, I'd rather include his under because every sportsbook, it's not just like there's one sportsbook. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sportsbooks, 5 sportsbooks, 5 bookmakers, all telling us the same thing. Gonsolin is a lot more likely to go under as opposed to over. So this is a prop bet winning above 55% of the time. And the Fantasy Optimizer just uses sportsbook odds to quantify the exact win probability for your bet. And any of the profitable plays on Underdog are going to be in green. You don't want to touch these plays in red. They're horrible, right? You're not going to make money winning your bets 51% of the time on Underdog. You got to win over 55% of the time. So long story short, 3 picks I went with, 350 to win 2.1K. In these videos, just trying to show you where I'm finding value, where I'm finding an edge. Hopefully this video was helpful. Let's make money.